Welcome back, Eagles fans. If you've been following the season, you know there's been no shortage of drama, surprises, and key moves that are shaping how this team is evolving week by week. Let's dive right into one of the biggest stories shaking up the NFL right now, Darius Slay and his unexpected departure from the Steelers. The news broke not long ago that the Steelers and Slay have mutually agreed to part ways. This is huge because Slay has been one of the most respected corners in the league for years, a player who has consistently impacted games and earned the trust of his teammates wherever he's played. His time in Pittsburgh, however, had clearly reached a tipping point. Reports indicate that Slay is still eager to play and is open to exploring new opportunities with other teams, which immediately raises questions about whether a reunion with the Eagles is possible. For those who have watched the Birds closely over the last few years, this could be an intriguing scenario. Slay has openly stated that the 2025 season would mark the final chapter of what has been an outstanding career. He's been an All-Pro, a Pro Bowler, and a cornerstone of the Eagles' defensive resurgence after Howie Roseman orchestrated that trade from Detroit. Slay's presence in Philadelphia wasn't just about his on-field abilities. He became a leader, a team captain chosen by the players themselves, which speaks volumes about the respect he commanded in the locker room. That leadership was evident throughout his tenure with the team. And even though he was a healthy scratch against the Buffalo Bills, there were whispers that something like this could be coming. His time with Pittsburgh hadn't produced the same success he enjoyed in Philadelphia, and the team's struggles, particularly in the playoffs, where wins have been scarce since 2016, painted a picture of misalignment between Slay and the Steelers' defensive philosophy. Looking at the Eagles and their current roster, a reunion with Slay makes a lot of sense. The cornerback position has seen some shifts, especially with Shai Alexander stepping away from the team. Alexander's exit created a need that the Eagles clearly aim to address with trades and roster moves leading up to the NFL trade deadline, including acquiring Alexander earlier to reinforce their secondary. Slay brings familiarity to the Eagles' system, a veteran presence, and someone who knows what Vic Fangio's schemes demand. In Pittsburgh, Slay's performance struggled partly because the Steelers' defensive strategy didn't match his strengths. He excels in zone coverage, while Pittsburgh leaned heavily on man coverage, and as a result, his numbers with the team dipped. The addition of Asante Samuel Jr. also shifted the dynamic, as Samuel rose to the active roster and played well in the second half of the season, which only added to Slay's reduced role. Despite this, the Eagles have a clear need for depth at cornerback and someone who can seamlessly integrate with the team's defensive system. Examining the stats sheds more light on Slay's situation. This year, he faced challenges in Pittsburgh, finishing with an overall Pro Football Focus grade of 58.3, ranking 71st among 110 corners. His coverage grade was 58.6, which, while not disastrous, is certainly a drop from his previous seasons. He allowed 28 catches, nearly matching his total for all of last year with the Eagles, and missed 7 tackles, a concerning number for a team that prides itself on physical play. Interceptions were non-existent this season, though he did record 3 pass breakups. The Eagles' decision to move on from Slay previously wasn't just about performance. There were lingering concerns about his knee, along with the financial considerations of a $10 million contract for a veteran with a history of injuries. That said, Slay bounced back last year with the Eagles after a rough patch in 2023, contributing significantly to the team's top-ranked defense and providing stability in the secondary. Bringing him back could restore a sense of continuity and give the Eagles an experienced corner who knows the system and can mentor younger players while contributing immediately. Beyond individual stats, the bigger picture shows why Slay could be a perfect fit. The Eagles have invested in the pass rush, bringing in Jalen Phillips, trading for Michael Carter, and re-signing Brandon Graham, which strengthens one side of the defense. What remains critical, though, is maintaining balance in the secondary and ensuring the team can stop big plays downfield. Slay's presence could help plug gaps, especially after recent struggles against teams like Dallas and Chicago, where the Eagles' run defense was tested and exposed vulnerabilities. Last year, Slay's performance metrics were solid, an overall PFF grade of 67.6, ranking 48th among corners, and a coverage grade of 68.9, putting him at 35th. He was third in the league for pass breakups and displayed exceptional ball skills. Coverage snaps numbered over 440, showing his endurance and reliability. Even fans questioning the optics of bringing back veteran players shouldn't see it as desperation. Football is as much about culture and experience as it is about raw talent, and having someone like Slay around reinforces leadership and knowledge in the locker room. Meanwhile, a bright spot for the Eagles in an otherwise turbulent season has been the emergence of Quinyon Mitchell. Despite 2 consecutive losses, Mitchell has been performing at an all-pro level, consistently showing why he is one of the league's top young corners. His metrics are outstanding. He leads in catch rate allowed, ranks second in tight windows forced, and is among the top corners in passer rating allowed and passes defended. He has faced the league's elite receivers, including Devontae Adams, Amon-Ra St. Brown, and George Pickens, holding them to 0 touchdowns over multiple matchups. His ball skills, physicality, and football IQ have made him an indispensable piece of the Eagles' defense. Watching Mitchell continue to evolve and dominate in coverage highlights the team's ability to develop talent internally, complementing the strategic additions of veterans like Slay or Graham. The combination of young stars rising and experienced players returning could set the stage for a dynamic and resilient defensive unit capable of adapting to whatever challenges the NFL season throws at them. Adding to the roster news, the Eagles recently made moves to address depth at safety. Marcus Epps, who previously made a name for himself as a starter on the Eagles' 2022 defense, has been brought back to provide reliability in a position that has seen injuries, including the setback for Andrew Mukuba, likely ending his season. With Sidney Brown taking a bulk of snaps, Epps' return gives Vic Fangio an experienced, trustworthy option to stabilize the secondary. Additionally, Perry Nickerson was released from the practice squad, which indicates a continued effort to refine and optimize the roster in real time as the season progresses. These adjustments show the Eagles' commitment to fielding the most competitive and cohesive team possible, blending veteran experience with young talent, all while navigating injuries and performance challenges. Even with the 2 losses, the defensive story remains compelling. Mitchell's elite play, Slay's potential return, and the strategic roster moves all paint a picture of a team willing to adapt and make bold decisions to strengthen key areas. The Eagles' leadership, particularly Howie Roseman's approach to trades and roster construction, reflects a clear vision: build depth, maintain flexibility, and prioritize players who understand the system and culture. Every game, every snap, and every adjustment contributes to a larger narrative of resilience, adaptability, and competitiveness that keeps fans on the edge of their seats. As the season progresses, the storylines surrounding the Eagles continue to develop in ways that have fans talking every week. The defensive backfield has become a central focus, with Darius Slay's availability now sparking conversations about not just talent, but also leadership and team chemistry. Bringing Slay back could provide the Eagles with a veteran presence that complements the growth of players like Quinyon Mitchell, who has already shown the ability to lock down top receivers and elevate the performance of those around him. While some may question the optics of bringing back a player whose best years might appear behind him, the reality is that experience in the secondary can be invaluable, especially in high-pressure situations against elite quarterbacks and wideouts. Slay's understanding of the Eagles system, familiarity with Fangio's schemes, and proven ball skills make him an attractive candidate to reinforce a group that has seen young corners stepping into major roles. The contrast between Mitchell's rising star and Slay's potential return underscores a larger narrative for the Eagles' defense, balancing youth with experience. Mitchell is playing at a level few second-year corners reach, consistently outperforming expectations and making critical plays that swing momentum in key games. His coverage skills, ability to force incompletions, and track record against top receivers show that he's not just a promising talent, but a foundational piece for the team moving forward. Having Slay back could allow Mitchell to focus on specific matchups or take on assignments that maximize the team's defensive efficiency. Beyond individual talent, the presence of a seasoned corner like Slay can provide mentorship, helping Mitchell and other young players navigate the nuances of reading offenses, anticipating route concepts, and adjusting in real time to opposing schemes. Meanwhile, the Eagles' front seven has been making headlines of its own. The addition of Jalen Phillips has brought a new dimension to the pass rush, and Brandon Graham's return from retirement has reinforced not just talent, but leadership on the field. Michael Carter's integration into the roster adds yet another piece to a defensive puzzle that is constantly evolving. Each of these moves reflects the organization's philosophy under Howie Roseman: identify needs, execute strategic trades or signings, and ensure that the team has depth across key positions. The Eagles have clearly committed to a model where no position is left vulnerable, and every potential weakness is addressed through careful roster management. This approach becomes even more critical as the season stretches on and injuries, fatigue, and matchups begin to take their toll. The story doesn't stop with roster moves. The Eagles' defensive performance against recent opponents has highlighted areas both of concern and promise. The losses to Dallas and Chicago expose vulnerabilities against the run, showing that even a team with elite secondary talent must maintain balance across all levels of defense. At the same time, individual performances like Mitchell's have offered a counterpoint, demonstrating that playmakers can shift games even when the overall defense struggles. The combination of elite corner play, strategic additions to the front seven, and targeted improvements in the secondary is creating a team capable of making critical adjustments on the fly. Fans are witnessing a team that is learning, adapting, and positioning itself to compete at the highest level as the season unfolds. Safety has become another key focus, particularly with Andrew Mukuba out for the year due to ankle surgery. Sidney Brown has been taking the bulk of snaps, but the return of Marcus Epps adds stability and reliability. Epps' previous experience as a starter, combined with his ability to execute Vic Fangio's defensive schemes, means that the Eagles can trust him in high-pressure situations. This depth at safety ensures that even when injuries strike, the team can maintain consistency and prevent significant drop-offs in performance. The management of the secondary, both at cornerback and safety, is indicative of a broader philosophy: build versatility, provide coverage continuity, and allow young talent to grow under the guidance of veterans and coaching staff who understand the system intimately. Looking at the defensive metrics paints a clearer picture of just how impactful the Eagles' players have been. Quinyon Mitchell's numbers are staggering. In coverage, he ranks at the top in multiple categories, including catch rate allowed, tight windows forced, average target separation, and passes defended. He's faced some of the league's most dynamic receivers and has prevented them from scoring touchdowns across dozens of matchups. His physicality, speed, and football IQ have made him an indispensable asset, and his consistency week after week shows that he can handle the pressure of being a primary corner in one of the league's top defenses. The combination of Mitchell's elite performance and Slay's potential return could transform the Eagles' secondary from a solid unit into a truly dominant force. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our Philadelphia Eagles. And don't be shy. Share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Whispers have been circulating through the corridors of the NFL, and the rumor mill is ablaze. Marcus Williams, one of the most electrifying talents in recent memory, is reportedly joining the Philadelphia Eagles. Sources close to the team suggest that this potential move has sent shockwaves not just through the Eagles organization, but across the league as a whole. Fans are already buzzing with speculation about what Williams' presence could mean for the team's dynamic, and social media has erupted with both excitement and conjecture. Williams, known for his game-changing agility and uncanny ability to read plays before they unfold, would undoubtedly bring a new level of intensity to the Eagles' lineup. Analysts have been quick to speculate on how his style of play could mesh with the team's existing roster. Some insiders suggest that his arrival might force strategic adjustments, while others argue it could be the missing piece that elevates the Eagles to a new competitive tier. The mere thought of Williams donning the green and white has sparked heated debates among fans, with imagined highlight reels already flooding online platforms. The Eagles' locker room, according to close sources, is reportedly in a state of euphoric anticipation. Veteran players are said to be eager to welcome a talent of Williams' caliber, and coaches are allegedly revisiting playbooks in preparation for his integration. Even season ticket holders seem to be caught up in the frenzy, with unofficial fan accounts predicting instant chemistry and blockbuster plays that could redefine the team's identity. While no official announcement has been made, insiders hint that discussions have been intense behind closed doors, and every casual conversation around Lincoln Financial Field seems to circle back to the same tantalizing question. Could Marcus Williams really be stepping into an Eagles uniform? For now, fans are left in suspense, holding on to the electrifying promise of a superstar potentially taking flight in Philadelphia. The buzz is real, the excitement palpable, and one thing is certain. The rumor alone has already ignited a frenzy unlike any other in recent memory. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Philadelphia Eagles, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.